When the spirit moves you, you're high stepping. Marching in a unity is pure perfection. When the spirit makes you move, you're high stepping, yes. Marching in a unity is pure perfection. There's a reference to the sea. This is our reality. As the ways of nature, all they do occur, yeah. Treated, rooted in love as the seamless sky above. We can see a basic unity behind the great diversity, yeah. And when the spirit moves you, you're high stepping, yes. Moving and marching in a unity is perfection. Marching in the spirit moving, we're high stepping, yes. Moving in the grooves and rhythms, virgin perfection. Be a Christian or a Jew, or a witch or Hindu. Be a Hindu shaman or voodoo sant. If you read between the lines and we see each other's eyes, we will see a natural unity behind the old diversity. Hey, when the spirit makes you move, you're high stepping. Marching in the total unity is perfection, yes. When the spirit makes you move, you're high stepping. Marching in unity is pure perfection, yes. So get up, step up, step up, step up, step up, step up, step up. Step up, step up, step up, get stepping, yeah. Get up, 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 get up. Get up, get up, get up, get stepping. High stepping, everybody's high stepping. Oh, keep going, high stepping. Oh, thickness, high stepping. March on down, we're high stepping. 1, 2, 3, we're high stepping. 1, 2, 3, we're high stepping. One last time, we're high stepping. Oh, high stepping.
Yes, let's hear it for Rene. Thank you, Rene. Love it so much. And love you. Don't we love Rene? Yes, we do. So we're going to get to hear more from Rene as the evening progresses. This is a 5-hour service tonight, so settle on in. Huh? Just kidding. Rene, you're like, I didn't sign up for this. It's a revival tonight. Okay. So welcome everyone to the Revolution of Love. This is a ministry and a movement. And I'm Reverend Felicia Perez-Zader, and I welcome you to this evening. Let's light the candle before we go any further. And if you have a candle, just thought of something. Okay. If you have a candle, please do feel free to light it, and just bring yourself here now to this moment, everyone. This is not a Zoom meeting. This is ceremony that we get to create together. So let us do this. Okay, very good. Okay, so now we will have a prayer to consecrate this time and this space, and I will pray in the way that I pray, and we recognize here that you may pray in a very different way. So we make room for all of that. We have space for all of that here. Let us take the 3 deep breaths in together, breathing in through the nostrils, my friends. Breathe in. And breathing out. And, you know, I just feel called to say this. If you have four-leggeds, there's animals around you, you know, call them into the space right now too. Have them nearby. So let us breathe in through the nostrils and exhaling out that which is not yours, does not belong to you. And again, breathing in through the nose one last time for good measure. And an exhale outwards. So Holy One, we recognize you with many names and many forms and as a power of all that is good and holy. And so what a time it is. What a time it is to be here on this planet, to be mobilizing on this earth. And we recognize that the veil is thin and that there are people in this last year, especially at this year marker of pandemic, that have gone before, that have shuffled off. And we realize that they are with us and that they are part of the ancestors now. They are the part of that holy fabric, and that magic, that stardust is living on through us and with us. And we honor their lives. We honor all life right now, from the wingeds and the four-leggeds, the spirit animals, and all the guides. We recognize that there are so many differences in this life, the people that we meet. And so we seek God, we seek you in their humanity, in our humanity, and we look for the golden cord that connects us all. And so tonight, this cord, we feel it in our bones and in our souls, in the fiber of our being, in our beingness. Yes, it is a time to be alive, to heal, and to create change in our lives and in this world. And so fortify us, God. Give us the courage, give us the strength, give us the bravery that we need to keep our steps right, to keep ourselves holy, configured with you. You are all there is. You are all there is. You are all there is. And we give you all the praise. A blessing upon each and every person that has gathered, be it on the Facebook or tuning in the Zoom room. And also all of our brothers and sisters, our family, wherever they may be, organizing and worshiping for faith and for justice. And so it is. We lift this prayer up. Everybody lift the prayer up, saying, and so it is, even now. Amen. Amin. Ashe. Aho. Wonderful. So let us have our land acknowledgement and our path acknowledgement and our meme announcement, Taylor X.
And you are on mute, Taylor X.
Hello. Hello, everybody. It's me, Taylor X again. And I'm going to give you the land acknowledgement. Here at Revolution of Love, at this time, we want to take a moment to reflect on the lands on which we reside. We are coming from many places, and we acknowledge the ancestral lands and traditional territories of indigenous people who have been here since time immemorial, and to recognize that you're still here, fighting for human rights, for land, and their culture. It is important to not only honor the legacy and lives of the original caretakers of this land, but continue to build our solidarity with Native peoples across the Americas and across the globe. I am in North Hollywood, California, and I acknowledge and honor the land of the Chumash, the Tongva, Fernandino, and the Tataviam. Please take a moment to acknowledge the indigenous people of the lands where you are located in the chat. Thank you. And let's go to the path acknowledgement. Okay, guess who it is again? Taylor X, he and him. Okay, we take this time to acknowledge and honor the many paths and beliefs represented here. We honor all religions, philosophies, ideologies, belief systems, healing modalities, and spiritual perspectives. We honor the life experience and wisdom you have brought here today. We respect you and welcome you into this brave space. And we emphatically state that disrespect, prejudice, discrimination of any kind has no place here. We empower one another through respect and strength to be true revolutionaries of love and justice. We see you, we hear you, we love you. If you have a path, faith, tradition, belief system, please share it in the chat so we can get to know you better. Thank you so much. And one more thing. Again, we've put out the memes and we have made them so you can click on them and cut and paste and share them with everyone throughout the globe. And we hope you do that. And thank you for being a part of helping us grow here at the Revolution of Love. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Taylor X. Thank you for that. So I love how you all are utilizing the chat and putting acknowledging the land upon which you reside, and also acknowledging your paths, your traditions that you follow, however that looks. It's very exciting to see, and it's important for us to get to know you better. And yes, please do share the memes. Taylor X goes to great lengths, and we have a lot of fun creating those together. And so please share those memes on Facebook or on your social media networks. So once again, if you're just tuning in, I see some folks just came in. And if you're on Facebook, everybody, let's say hello to everyone on Facebook. Hello, everyone on Facebook. You're our family, and we love you and we welcome you. My name is Reverend Felicia Parazader. I'm the founder of the Revolution of Love Ministry and Movement. And guess what? Some huge, huge news. We are, is everybody ready? It's like, we are official. We are a 501c3 nonprofit, and it doesn't end there, a public religious organization. So we have both of those going on. Yes. Yeah. Isn't this exciting? If you build it, they will come. And if you see it, you can create it. That's what this is about, my friends. So we just keep on throwing down, doing these services. One, after, let's see, 12-12-12 was the first service. So it took some time, but here we are. And here you are. So this is a ministry and a movement for you and of you, because this is a ministry and a movement that it's for the people. It's for us, and we have to co-create it together. We have to, and that's what we get to do, partly on these Sunday nights, and then through the other branches of the Revolution of Love. So very much giving thanks, and also thank you for your donations. There's been some donations that have recently come in, so thank you for that, for the support, because we got to keep the Revolution of Love sustainable, yeah, and thriving. So a word about it, if you're somewhat new, and even if you're not new, it's always important to say this. Remember that, as Taylor just was talking about in the path acknowledgement, we welcome you here. That's what does make this a little bit different, is that we are about change making and justice, creating justice in the world, creating change in the world. And however, wherever you come from, all identities, you are welcome here. Be it racial identity, be it sexual orientation, be it class or status or ability, gender expansiveness. we want you here. And what's the new thing that I've been saying in the last however many months? If you are committed to some form of hatred and you don't want to look at that and you're committed to stagnancy, then this is probably not the place. So you'll know, and you'll probably just want to keep it moving anyway. So that's what we're vibing on here. We're keeping it high. Yeah. Yeah. And we continue to stand with Black Lives Matter, the movement that is happening right now for racial justice. This is a powerful movement that we must continue to highlight. We must continue to defend Black life. And that includes dismantling any form of or structure or system of violence. So this is the time, my friends. The time is now. The time is now. We've been saying this here for years, right? Some of you have been coming around here. The time is now. And we must continue to do this work and also have some fun in the process. Yes. Let's see. I think that's all I really wanted to announce. I want to do something different tonight with our Revolution of Love blessing. So you know how we say, we see you, we hear you, we love you. Let's go for 3 tonight. Usually it's just a one-time deal. Hey, come on. It's like we got the nonprofit status. Let's really like amplify it. So we're going to do it 3 times. We see you, we hear you, we love you, and just keep going. And don't worry about the cacophony of voices because you're going to come off mute to do this. So everybody ready? Come off mute. 1, 2, 3. We see you.
See you. Love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Hear you
See
and
you.
We see you, we hear you,
You.
we
We
love
love
you.
you.
And we see you.
We
We hear you.
We
Love
We
you.
love you. I like that. I think we might have to keep that. We'll see. I know it's a lot of, we see you, we hear you, we love, but it's important because we get to see each other here and hear each other. Someone's laughing. I don't know who I caught laughing, but that was good. So yes, that's good. So greet someone in the chat. You can send someone a direct message and just say, hey, great to see you again, or hey, I've never seen you before. I'm glad that we're connecting in this way. Feel free to do that right now or at some point during the service. And I'm going to shift right on over to the mission statement and the vision statement. And I believe, Trevor, you are reading that mission statement tonight.
All right. My name is Trevor, and my pronouns are he, him, his, they, them, their. So, mission statement. The Revolution of Love is an inclusive, diverse ministry and movement focusing on the inner work of self and the outer work of service through the teachings of nonviolence, spiritual psychology, and philosophy.
Great. Thank you, Trevor. Thank you. Thank you. And now Melanie Trupp is going to be reading our vision statement. Melanie, to you.
Thank you, Rev. I appreciate you. And so here it is, the Revolution of Love, Ministry and Movements, Vision Statement. The Revolution of Love is a global ministry and movement of spiritual renewal and outreach dedicated to healing, transformation, and love. We embrace people where they are at religiously. At the Revolution of Love, we commit to our highest good. We transform through a heart and mind-opening experience, and we claim our divine responsibility and honor to be change agents in the world. We do stand for positive peace. We work for transformative justice. We bring absolute compassion and radical love. We believe in God with all its names. We are the visionaries and the dreamers, the architects of peace, strategists creating a new world of what ought to be today. No matter who you are, what you look like, where you come from, who you love, we welcome you, we love you. The time is now. This is the revolution.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Melanie. And I was listening. I wasn't being irresponsible as we're reading our vision statement together, but I did peek and I looked at the chat, and I hope everyone gets a chance to look at the chat as far as how interesting our diversity is when it comes to faith tradition. It's fascinating. So thank you for taking part in that. Manny, it's to you now with those announcements that I know everybody is waiting for. They haven't slept for days because they're waiting for your announcements, Manny.
Oh yeah. I mean, even I'm waiting for them too. You know, they'll get
I
here.
know you are.
Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. My name is Manny Figueroa. I'm coming at you from Las Vegas, Nevada. My pronouns are he, him, and his, and I am a service and support minister here at the Revolution of Love. You'll be seeing a swath of links that you can copy and paste after I discuss some of these announcements. Share these good articles of information for you, right? All right, so our Linktree is available for a one-stop shop to be informed of all the latest happenings here at the Revolution of Love. It is there that you can sign up for Rev Felicia's midweek boost and service invitation. You can connect with our Roll Facebook group and learn of ways to be of service and get into action in your way. If you didn't already know, Roll has merch. T-shirts, hoodies, and long sleeves are now available when you visit our Linktree and click on our campaign Wear to Believe It. Wear our activism and the Revolution of Love vision on your sleeve and close to your heart. In addition to Sunday night services, Rev Felicia will be on Zoom with the Holy Spirit Retreat Center, leading discussions and teaching on topics such as forgiveness and anger from a spiritual and justice-based lens. These are the first and third Tuesday of the month from 7 to 8:30 p.m. Pacific, and our Linktree will have an area where you can register for them, so be on the lookout for that. So, how is the Revolution of Love a movement, you may ask? By inviting you and I into action. In 2021, we will continue to present to you different events and actions that you can take part in. Even during a pandemic, for folks that may not be able to get out into the streets, you can do something as well. Firstly, you can educate yourself by checking out our abolition resources links on our Linktree. Remember, Revolution of Love is a visionary ministry and movement committed to justice. Between services, we educate ourselves on what may seem idealistic or utopian, that we bend the arc toward justice instead. That said, please go to blacklivesmatter.com. I have already posted a link when Rev had discussed it earlier, and you can find a chapter in your city there. White identified folks also look up a local chapter of SURJ, which is SURJ, showing up for racial justice. There is a .org site I'll be posting as well. SURJ is consistently putting out events, calls to action, and webinars. Also, please check out the works of CLUE, C-L-U-E, Clergy and Lady United for Economic Justice at cluejustice.org. Roll is continuing to work with organizations mobilizing for justice. Do you value and enjoy what you receive here at Roll? I know I do. It's a wonderful place, and I'm very, very grateful for not only this opportunity, but to be a part of a community and a group of individuals like everyone here. A healthy church means a healthy reciprocity flow, right? Time, energy, currency, all these go into services. So your donations and contributions keep the revolution going. You are what made us. Go to our Linktree and donate through Venmo or PayPal. If you cannot contribute that way, spread the word. One way is through social media. We're live on Facebook. Hello, Facebook fam. And those of you there can share the service to your pages and participate in that way. Also, invite people to service via your own social networks, whatever platform. Get the word out. Additionally, subscribe to Revolution of Love's Ministry and Movement YouTube channel and Rev Felicia's personal YouTube channel. I know this is a lot, but thank you for listening. Everyone can participate in some way. Last but not least, thank you for being here tonight. Enjoy the rest of the evening. We just got started. Be blessed. Thank you for listening again, and we'll catch you next time.
Yes, wonderful, wonderful. So, and okay, so now, and I see that they're already poised and ready. I'm very excited. Margaret and David are going to make an announcement. Are you guys ready? Okay, to you.
Great. Thank you, Rev. I'm Margaret Schuster. My pronouns are she, hers. And I'll start this and then David will jump in. So we met Lamar Johnson 3 years ago through Diane, who is a close friend of mine, and then she became a close friend of ours. Lamar has been in prison for nearly 26 years, but has maintained his innocence all along and has been trying to prove his innocence since soon after his conviction. The Midwest Innocence Project has been working on his behalf for over a decade. Recently, they were joined by the St. Louis Circuit Attorney's Office, the very office that prosecuted him for murder in 1994. Now, they have also agreed that his conviction was based entirely on false evidence. 12 days ago, the Missouri Supreme Court ruled against this latest appeal. That's what led David to first post about Lamar in the Revolution of Love group Facebook page, right after that ruling. And yesterday, David shared a link to a longer blog post. The Rev invited us to invite you to join us in supporting Lamar, and David is going to give a few tips on what you can do to do that.
So the first thing that I'd invite you to do is simply to read the blog post. Margaret is going to put it in the chat right now. And it's also on the Revolution of Love Facebook page as well. At the end of the blog, I offer some suggested actions. And they're things like, first, just sit with the emotions that the blog sparks in you. We're often told that emotional responses are beside the point, but authentic feeling often is the point. So let those feelings stir up some deep prayer for Lamar. Second, you might set aside a little time on a regular basis to learn about Lamar's case or another case. There are 60 some innocent projects across the country, including ones based in LA, San Diego, and Berkeley. It's likely that there is a case that you'll feel some sort of a connection to. Third, you could join us in making a gift to the Midwest Innocence Project or another chapter. This is the group that is most dedicated to pursuing Lamar's freedom. These are legal teams that are fueled by a passion for justice that is seldom matched by their budget, so even small gifts help. And of course, you can learn more about prison abolition. Besides the link on the Roll Linktree, my blog post offers a link to an excellent study guide on prison abolition and a link to a set of posts I wrote, which are theological reflections on abolition. Many times our religious beliefs limit what we can imagine. So I push those limits in my Christian tradition to suggest that God has always been imagining abolition, and maybe it's time for us to join in. All this and more is in the blog post. On behalf of Lamar and all those who are imprisoned, thanks.
Thank you so very much. Everybody, let's thank Margaret and David for and really lift up Lamar as well. And so we can easily go and read your blog, David. Sit with those emotions that may come up for us, which is important, and then take action in the different ways that you very simply outline. So everybody, let's please remember, we are a movement, so let's commit to doing this. And also, David, I think it would be great if we can add your links to abolition from that theological standpoint to the Roll Linktree. I think that would be great. Okay, so thank you again for this announcement. Let's take this work seriously and be steadfast about it. Yes, everybody? Good. Okay, let's have an intentional pause now. So we take a pause. And now I am going to introduce to you once again, Rene Collins, and tell you a little bit about him. And then Rene, you can feel free after you play, if you would like to let folks know how they can connect with you and listen and buy your music and books. So here's some about Rene. Rene Collins has been a proud participant of the Revolution of Love for the last 4 years. It seems longer. His music infuses African spirituality with reggae, jazz, folk, and a hint of hip hop for taste. He blends together a sound as contemporary as it is timeless. He imparts to us words of wisdom and light in a perfect marriage of insight and love. Rene has released 2 solo albums, Aphromystic and Love and Revolution. He is also an author of 2 publications, Way of the Magickal Intelligence, and his most recent book, Magickal Qigong, Awakening the Dragon. He teaches Qigong online and teaches music to children. So everybody, please let us welcome Rene back once more.
Thank you, Rev. Thank you, everybody. This song came to me the night that Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away. So I decided that I would present it. I just finished this like about maybe an hour ago. So I hope you enjoy it. Oh, for my life, I can never understand why our prophets never see the promised land, and to struggle in the right to live and stand. Yes, you stood tall for us all. Remember when they told you you could build your dream, you must abort, that a woman could not be on the Supreme Court. And then you brilliantly blasted with a retort. Yes, you stood tall for us all. But now you've passed into the veil with candles burning. We cry now for you. And we hope you know we're going to see the struggle through. 'Cause it's the least that we can do. Oh, it's the least a little marching feet can do, is say thank you. Thank you for the right for women's sovereignty and fighting for gender equality. And your moniker throughout eternity. You are notorious RGB. May some know the judgment was here, but now we live, lifting you up, yes, you. And you know we're going to see the whole struggle through. 'Cause it's the least a little marching feet can do. 'Cause it's the least that we can do. You know that I will never understand. Why is it our prophets never see the promised land? But it's the least that we can do. Oh, it's the least our little marching feet can do, and say thank you. So lay on down, oh sweet justice, we promise you we're gonna keep on marching. So lay on down, rest sweet justice, we promise you we're gonna keep on marching. We're gonna keep on marching. Gonna keep on marching.
Yes, thank you, Renee. I love that ending note there. Is it some modulation?
Yeah,
Yes.
a little bit of Earth, Wind, and Fire in there.
Yes, it was. I love it. Little callback. Oh, thank you, Renee. Let's shower Renee with some love. Let's receive this blessing, remembering it's so important to have this reciprocity flow and to recognize that it's happening, to be intentional, to be conscious to this moment. And so as we sit just for a moment now, my friends, let us just go step by step as we have convened. You know, if you were here and we watched some of these music videos, and then we entered this time at 6 p.m. and Pacific time, and all that we've already experienced together already this evening, and the people, you, to make this happen, let us never lose sight of what is happening and the love, remembering love as this powerful force and energy, that this love that has been created already this evening. And so we're going to go even higher with it now as you ground, as we ground and feel good and strong in our bodies. So always remembering that there is that reminder that there is a grounding cord. You can even imagine your feet growing roots. And as we are in this grounding force, there is also an upward movement, an upward motion into that exalted love that we have been talking about for the last several weeks. We are in the hope cycle. And the hope cycle, if you are new, and even if you are not new, the hope cycle is a 7-stage process. It is a 7-stage journey. It is an initiation. And it is a conscious one. It is a conscious one at that. The stage 7 of love that we are currently in, remembering all that came before, and that we began 20 some weeks ago. That's how many sermons. We're on the 21st sermon. I'm not tired. I'm not tired. It's just getting good. We're going to go to 23. But we began in the desert, in the dark night of the soul. And that was the first stage of hope. We came upon in the desert, as we crawled on the hands and knees, we came upon a candle. And this candle was a simple reminder saying, you're alive. That was it. It was not a promise of anything more other than saying that we are alive. And in order to move forward to the next stage, we had to make a conscious choice to see the candle, to go, yes, I am alive. And from there, we moved into the second stage of curiosity, where we began to muse on this candle a bit more. We had not risen to our feet yet. No, we were still on our hands and knees on the desert floor, but looking at this candle and thinking, what if? That was the statement that went along to the second stage of curiosity. What if? And I said to you, what if your life could be different? What if this world could be different? See, it was a call rising within us, not saying it is yet, not saying I believe that this could happen, but just the idea, what if? What if my life could be different? What if I didn't have to be in pain? What if I didn't have to be reminded of my traumas? What if this world, what if this world can exist without policing, without the prison industrial complex, without the military industrial complex, these big, supposedly grand notions? What if it became that entertainment? And then the third stage, we consciously chose again to go to the third stage of wonder. And wonder was saying, I believe. I believe. And with this idea of believing, we were able to come up, rise to our feet, and leave the desert behind. Remember, we ran. We began as if with benumbed legs. I said it like that. As if with benumbed legs, we began to walk and then to run. And we saw just in the distance a waterfall. It's beautiful. I hope you can imagine this, see this in your mind's eye, feel it. Maybe don't think about it, just feel this and see it. And we saw this waterfall and we took respite there and we swam and we basked, and it was a very different energy, because an energy that we are often occluded from, because this was the divine feminine holding us and reminding us, oh, you're okay, sweetheart. You're here now. Let me take good care of you. See the pushback from the patriarchy. This was all of that divine, glorious feminine. And we took, like I said, refuge there and respite. But as with all things, we had to again make the conscious choice, and we were called out of the water. We had to leave this waterfall. And so from that stage of wonder, the third stage, we went into a very different energy. It was the fourth stage of exploration. And this was the jungle. And imagine chaos. And taking a machete and having to chop down those places of violence. And I talked about the violent systems and the structures. And so we had to be bold and to take this machete and to push maybe back the foliage, and to be able to see clearer, to see clearly. Again, consciously choosing to do this, not by happenstance, not by, oh, somehow I ended up here. No, all of this, a conscious choice. And I'll say a little bit more about that in a moment. Hold on. So we made it through this jungle. And when we got out of the jungle, do you remember what we saw? We saw a cave. And we heard the voice, maybe for some here of God, maybe love, maybe your higher self. But that voice said, come, be with me. And initially it was hard to make that conscious choice to go in. It was a big bellow, a bellow, come be with me. And we took all that we had learned from the previous stages, the hope, the curiosity, the wonder, the exploration, and imagined in a knapsack, heaving it on to the cave floor and sitting there, the sacred flame, and sitting there and grieving. Oh, grief and praise. Grief and praise. Think about that. It wasn't all just grief. There was praise there too. And we got so into this cave, my friends, that we didn't want to leave. We went in thinking, think about this in your life, how there's certain things that maybe you resisted. And then all of a sudden you went, oh, I don't know if I really want this to go away now. I think I'm good. I think I'm good here. And that's exactly what happened in the cave. It became this cave that used to startle me, this cave that was foreboding, as caves can be. Now I want to stay here. But as with life, we had to go. And so we left the cave, and that's when we met a guide. And that guide, that wayshower at the opening of the cave, said, do you believe? Do you believe? And this was all about the knowing. We went into the 6th stage of belief. Churn and burn. I didn't say the name of the stage for the cave. Churn and burn, my friends. 5th stage. So the 6th stage of belief was all about our knowing. And this was some upper level stuff. This was some upper level stuff because I believe firmly that there are places within us that know things, and that through societal structures and harmful socialization and the violence and the isms and the phobias, not to mention if you believe in past lives and anything that you might be bringing through this lifetime, or just say your childhood and things you have experienced, that there are parts of us that have denied our knowing. And I said, it ends now. We unsubscribe from violence, and we will not deny our knowing. We will not gaslight ourselves, and we will not gaslight anyone else. This was an emphatic claim in this stage of believe and knowing. And so we returned to this. We embraced it. I pray that you were able to answer emphatically to that, do you believe, and say, yes, I do. I believe. The 7th stage, we left our guide, and we see this mountain. And imagine now with me this mountain, and going up the mountain. And you recall I said last time that it is not what I used to teach. That this time round, I realized we need all the help we can get. We need all the guides. We need all our communities. We need all our ancestors. We need everything that we believe in that is good and holy. And so what happened? A hand reaching down as we are trying to make that ascension back to love, a hand reaching down. See, we're not in this, we are in this together. The lie is that we are alone. The journey, the process, the initiation in this hope cycle, this is our journey. Now, there are places in this life, my friends, and you know, sometimes there's those times at 3 a.m. and it's like there is no one that you feel you could call that would get it, right? It could be anything, you know, and it feels so massively like, oh, the isolation, oh, the loneliness. But see, this reminder, these conscious choices from hope to curiosity, to wonder, to exploration, to churn and burn, to believe, and now into love, this is a conscious choice saying yes to life. That's what I was going to say before that I held off on. Saying yes to life. I pray that we all say an emphatic yes to life. And an emphatic yes to love. And not the love that we were often indoctrinated in or with, that is limiting, but the love of sages, the love of God, the highest love, the love that's in the upper room, the love in the realms that we can't even maybe speak of, that we may not even understand. This love, remember what I told you last time, this love includes reciprocity. This love includes justice. This love includes accountability. This love includes, yes, compassion in high degrees that leads to what? Understanding. See, this love, my friends, isn't, please don't take offense for those that may, okay, I'll just say it. It's not solely about patient and kind and love being unconditional. Those are, I believe, potentially harmful tropes that set us up. That set us up for failure, that also, that make us, I believe, afraid. See, we have to be like what David was speaking to around the vision of abolition. We have to expand out even more. See, and the hope cycle provides that step by step by step by step. As we consciously choose to move forward in our lives and to choose life and to choose love, we expand our vision. We expand and we move away from what we think we know into where we need to go. And in a time such as this, and a year into this pandemic, a year after Breonna Taylor was murdered in her sleep, when children and families are seeking asylum, when anyone is under threat and attack, and that may be you, we must consciously choose to expand our thinking and just say yes, a conscious choice to life and a conscious choice to love. So let us see anew. I wasn't going to say any of that. I have a whole thing right here. But Rene started it. So I'm going to say this, and then I don't want to keep us too long because I tend to, I don't want to blow out anyone's bandwidth. And I get very expansive. This is what I want to offer to you tonight as we just moved from that this last piece I just spoke to. If you had a week to live, if you had 1 week left to live, what would you do differently? The things that people wrote on Facebook about love blocking them. the pain that blocks them from love, the trauma that blocks them from love, the ancestral wounding that blocks them from love, the scars that blocks them from love. Would it matter if you had 1 week left to live and love, to consciously live and love? How would life look different? Would there be that fear? Would there be that, the defenses? And this is not to judge how we often interact in the world. No, it's not. But it is to lift up a point, because a year ago, when we were just entering this pandemic, right literally around this time, something very curious happened. The world stopped. You could feel the palpable energy of fear. And we were humbled into submission in a way that I personally never had seen. And there's a lot that really didn't matter anymore, wasn't there? There was a whole callback, of things becoming right-sized, things sort of sloughing off. See, that's what fear of death and dying can do. I worked as a chaplain in the hospital for a long time in oncology, and I got to see that. I got to learn from people that had a very difficult prognosis. And death and dying can inform that. And so that's what I want to offer today. If we had 1 week, and that was going to be it. I know it's a heavy thing to bring in death right now, but it's to talk about death in the way of rebirth and death in the way of creation. Death creates focus. Death creates space. Death creates visionary mindset. When the chips are down, there is a certain single-minded focus. There's intention, if we choose, again. When the chips are down, as they were a year ago, and maybe in your life, if you are dealing with something very hard, in death and dying, there is, if we choose, a certain space that lifts us, because we realize that stuff doesn't really matter. And if we avail ourselves, and one more, forgive me, when the chips are down and there is that moment with death and dying, this, what I began to call last night, when I was musing on this, a philosophy of death, there is the opportunity to expand even further, as I was sharing earlier. There is this opportunity to use one's prophetic voice to create change in the world. But we have to choose it. See, death creates. Death can lead to creation. If we had 1 week, my friends, would those fears, and maybe some of you here don't live like that anyway, but I've seen this a lot, and I've seen how the walls that kind of came down about a year ago, and the more connections that were happening, the connectivity started slipping, and people started kind of putting those bricks back up and back up. And I don't know about you, but we cannot afford to do that. We can't afford to do it. We have to stay in, and that is a courageous move. It's a courageous move. This life is hard. This is, life is beautiful, but life is also very hard. But we can choose, we can consciously choose A, to live, and B, to love. Maybe not necessarily in that order. I want us all to really ponder this. I'm going to ponder this. I pray that you will too. If we had 1 week, how would we position ourselves? Would anything look different? Would our love be that much more bold? Would we move and groove with people in a way that people went, whoa, what's going on there? Wow, I don't feel any defense there. And mind you, there is mastery and there is wisdom when it comes to bringing this love. Because we don't want to just open up like this. Then you'll get hurt and then people won't believe in the power of love. But this is absolutely related to our work as justice makers and change agents. So let's ponder that. I'm going to leave it right here. I am grateful for these times of Holy Communion that we get to have together, my friends. And take all of this energy, all of the different pieces you have received tonight. Take all of these healing components from everyone that has touched in and spoken. And truly use this, utilize this as a balm, a healing balm, and reckon with it as we go through this week. This is the revolution of love, and we get to create it consciously every day and every moment. God bless you so very much, and love you from the highest place. Let us turn within. We will have a moment now for prayers. And I will pray again in the way that I pray, knowing that you all may pray very differently, and that is fine. That is welcomed. And so let us take a breath in and breathing out. We settle in the lap of God, feeling the grace and the mercy, and feeling the joy and the uplift, giving thanks for a global vision and an expansion of heart and mind. And God, we say to you, thank you for our dear lives. I thank you for each person here as they have said yes. And we know they have. I know they have because they're still here. Despite everything that gets thrown at them, that gets thrown our way, we keep saying yes. A blessing of protection, a blessing of safety upon them. May they truly know their value and their self-worth. And I'm going to turn my attention now to the chat. And let's see. Oh, you all you're so sweet. I'm trying to find where the prayers begin, and I'm seeing all your kindness. Okay. So from Erin, I believe it starts with Erin. And so let's lift up Erin. Prayers for the parents of her first love as he passed away last week as the result of an accident. Oh, goodness. So Erin, praying for parents of that first love of yours, and also praying for you too, lifting you up. And then on behalf of Robert Gross, a prayer of healing for Pooh. I'm sorry, is that P-U? I hope that's right. Okay, a prayer of healing for Pooh. It's okay. Thank you for clarifying. Okay. Yes. So we lift up Pooh, and I pray that I'm saying their name right. And also Evie, prayers for her daughter, for domestic peace and healthy pregnancy. And so we lift up Evie's daughter. Certainly we do. And prayers on behalf of Kimberly. Glad to have you, Kimberly. Praying that she will have money to stay another week here at the motel. Prayers for calm for Kimberly. Prayers for her daughter Amanda, as she is experiencing confusion. And so we lift Kimberly and Amanda up, as well as prayers for all kinds of healing, and also sustainability too. I unfortunately don't have access to Facebook right now, so if I don't know if there are any other prayers. I would like to lift up the Doe family. If we could all lift up the Doe family as they are mourning and as they continue to grieve from this tragedy. Let us do so. Okay, my friends, not as many prayer requests. I feel that there's probably much on hearts and minds. Prayers for all of our absent companions. Even if they are not here, we know that they continue to be here in spirit, and wherever they are, God is. Yes. Yes. Okay. And also gratitude on behalf of Evie for her eyes working today. We like those gratitude prayers. We certainly do. And on behalf of Manny, prayers for folks that are lost, and may they find their way. Amen to that. Amen to that. Prayers for the unhoused, lifting up that prayer that Mylene often puts in. We pray for the unhoused and our family that is often invisible. We know that they are visible to us, and we will never lose sight of them. And I mentioned Breonna Taylor. So prayers for her family, prayers for her partner, and prayers that we really continue to get our butts in gear and continue to do this work. Give us resiliency, God. Give us that resiliency. Give us more and more awakenings to see outside of ourselves and do the holy work. And another one now on behalf of Rene, prayers for Georgia and the voter suppression going on there. Absolutely. Knowing that there's organizers working overtime, and we're going to lift up the organizers as well. Yes, yes, yes. So any and all prayers that we might not be speaking, we know that they will be heard. We know that they are being heard. And we give thanks for that sacred connection, God, that is you, and that sacred love that is you. And we thank you for such a time as this, with all of the challenges, with all of the struggle. We see you, and we see love in all its power, in all its intricacy, in all of its complexity. Allow us to continue to seek and to commit and to make an unwavering resolve into the field of love. And so we all say now, and the people said, Amen. Amen. Ashe. Oh. Okay. Prayers, and there was another prayer, prayers for upcoming move and surgeries and divorce on behalf of Solana Light Falls. Sorry that I missed that one. Okay, so let us move back to Rene. We're excited to hear from you again, Rene. Please bless us.
I'm bringing back a an oldie but goodie. Love that saved me is the love that made me. Love that saved me is the higher love. Love that saved me is the love that made me. Love that saved me is the higher love. It's a revolution. Yes, I say it's been getting stronger and the spirits paved the way. Was a subtle movement, was quiet then, but destined to become as the trumpets are blown on. It was written in the starlight, read about by mystics, prepared by higher science, of Tahuti and Loku. Some people say no, no, no. They don't wanna go, go, go. But baby, we say yes, yes, yes. Cause we know we passed the test. Oh, don't stop the revolution. Don't stop the revolution. Don't stop the revolution. Don't stop the revolution. So it's a revolution in recent past, marching in the streets for equality for all. Now we gotta add on because it lasts. It's the inner motivation of the higher spiritual laws. Revolution shall be televised. Revolution will be realized. Revolution will be actualized. Because by God it has been visualized. And some people say no, no, no. They don't want to go, go, go. But we say yes, yes, yes. Because you know we passed the test. Hey, don't stop the revolution. Don't stop the revolution. Don't stop the revolution. Oh, don't stop the revolution. Oh, no, we don't stop. No, we don't stop. We're gonna march to the mountaintop. And when we get to the mountain top, we're gonna shout on down, dance around the clock. Yeah, don't stop, don't you stop. Please don't stop, you know we never stop. Stop the revolution, we never stop. Deep bam 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 bam. They say, don't stop the revolution. Don't stop the revolution. Don't stop the revolution. Don't stop the revolution. No. Oh, I hear some birthdays in the house. Did I hear that right? Walter? Oh, we gotta say happy birthday. Okay, everybody, here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Walter. Happy birthday to you. One more time. Happy birthday to you. Oh, yeah. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Walter and Jenny. Happy birthday to you. And many
Happy birthday.
happy birthday.
Oh, on channel 4.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
On Zoom, you need a second voice. in
That's
there.
right.
Happy birthday, Jenny, as well. Are you there? Hi, Jenny.
Jenny, happy birthday, Jenny.
Got some Pisces in the house.
Jenny,
Thank
happy
you
birthday.
so much. Thank you, Renee. And thank you, Havala.
You're
Oh,
welcome.
it's great to see you.
Yes. You too.
Oh, blessings. So birthday blessings and thank you so much. Thank you, Renee. Thank you, everybody that made this service possible on the worship team. And of course, thank you to you and that you showed up. Because basically otherwise then this doesn't exist. So anyway, thank you. And please do follow up with what Margaret and David shared with us. Those links are there. And David or Margaret, if you want to post again in the Facebook group, please feel free to do that. Just because sometimes people need a little reminder. Let's see what else. Yeah, just continue to wrestle with some of this information that was blessing you this evening, I pray. Take good care of yourselves. We will see you next week, same time, same station. You can come off mute and say your goodbyes, everyone.
Bye-bye, everybody. Great
Bye-bye.
service.
Bye,
Great
great
everyone.
service.
Great
Bye-bye.
service.
Bye, David. Bye,
Bye-bye.
Margaret.
Great
singing, Renee.
Bye,
Great
for
meeting
being
you.
here.
Everyone.
Take care.
So long.
Thanks.
Bye,
Thanks.
Minnie.
Bye.
Bye, Trevor.
Bye, Evie.
My
Bye.
Rev, my Rev.
Bye,
Bye,
Salon.
Mark.
Talk to you soon.
You're not going anywhere, are we?
No, we're going to stay and be in the afterglow.
Yeah.